Welcome back to Upside Down Data. We need to talk about Kaspa. If you're not familiar, Kaspa is a layer 1 protocol. That means that decentralized applications can build on top of it. It's very fast and very scalable. And what makes it a little bit unique from other prominent fast and scalable layer 1 protocols out there is that it uses proof of work, which is actually the same underlying consensus concept that Bitcoin uses. And there's some other things about it too. It uses this novel block DAG architecture that allows it to get this scalability and quickness while also using proof of work. So Kaspa has been enjoying a nice rally out of the election. We can see here that it's up about 63% from election day, quite nice. And if we just zoom out, in general, Kaspa has been doing quite well with its price trajectory, generally speaking, up and to the right. Now, had it gotten stuck up in this general range that it's been in ever since November of 2023, but it seems quite plausible that it will be breaking out here soon to the upside. So what I want to talk about in this video is, where is it standing right now based on our models? Does it have a lot of room to work with in a possible rally to the upside? Let's go ahead and break that down. So I want to start off by talking about our short-term upside downside potential indicator, or UDPI. This is a risk model, so higher values mean high risk, lower values mean low risk. And it cares what moves that play out over days to weeks, so shorter in its time horizon. And see that it does a good job of identifying these good times to buy KAS, and also these not so great times where distribution might make sense. And what I want to really draw your attention to is where we are right now. So you see the short-term UDPI is down near -4. The bottom of the scale is -5. So very low in the base that it's now rallying out of. It's currently up at just below -1, but that means that's a ton of room to the upside to work with. The highest that's gotten so far in this run in its existence was up about 4.5. And so I think in a full-on bull market, a full-on alt season, you'd expect the entirety of this scale to be in play, and that means that we'd be clearing to new all-time highs and quite a bit above, most likely, if we end up rallying up to this same risk level, let alone all the way up to 5. And the long-term risk for Kaspa tells a similar story. So this version of the model cares about moves that play out over months to multiple months, so longer in its time horizon. And similar idea, rallying out of very low levels, and it hasn't even moved up that far on the long-term risk. -2.72, so still plenty of room to work with. So that's where I think if Kaspa wants to continue, if we get a full-on alt season, I would not be surprised to see it easily clear to new all-time highs and well above that. And finally, one of the things we can look at is our forecast model for Kaspa. So what this model is looking at is, what is the probability of upside 6 months in the future? Now, it's important to note that for Kaspa, this model has never been bearish on that time horizon. 0.5 is that dividing line. So below 0.5 would be it thinking that there's a higher probability of not continued upside, basically, of downside in 6 months. Being above that is higher probabilities of upside. And except for the very beginning here, before it really quickly got up to be bullish, it has never been overall bullish on Kaspa. It remains bullish. It's currently giving a 68 roughly % chance of upside in 6 months. And that's a good thing. What you'll see is that as long as the forecast model is bullish, there's not a huge amount to be concerned about, historically speaking. You look at something like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, any of their forecast models, you'll see this. When it's bullish, usually not too much to worry about. When it falls off a cliff and gets down below 0.5, especially when it gets way down below, down to 0.2, 0.1, that's when you have to start getting more concerned. And it doesn't necessarily mean the top is immediately in, but it means that you're near the end. When you see that happens, that would be suggesting that the top is probably near. It's time to be getting more concerned. When you see it acting like this, it's not yet time to be especially concerned. I think what we're probably entering in with Kaspa is that if we get that alt season, we'll get some big explosive move. And only once the forecast model gets really, really bearish would I say, all right, we're probably near the end, or maybe at best one more leg up at that point. But we're still well before that right now. So one other thing also that Kaspa has going in some ways for it, but maybe you could argue against it, is that it is still limited in how many exchanges it is listed on. So it has a number of different exchanges that have listed it, but there are a lot of names that are conspicuously absent. For example, Binance has not picked it up yet. And this is notable because Kaspa is by no means a small asset at this point. It's currently number 29 in terms of market cap. Current market cap is 4.27 billion, so not small at all. but it still doesn't have a lot of major exchange listings. And the reason why that can be a good thing is that oftentimes when big exchanges lists assets, it'll enjoy at least a short-term explosion in price, especially in a bull market. I mean, just go look over at Coinbase and some of the meme coins that it's launched recently. They, by and large, all experienced massive expansions in their price action after that happened. So that's one thing that can at least be a short-term bullish catalyst for an asset like KAS, is if it gets listed by some of those larger exchanges. So when I look at it across our different models, what I'm seeing is plenty of room to the upside and still not signs yet that it has neared whatever its cycle top is going to be. So that's where I think KAS actually sits in a pretty nice spot right now. It's one that not a lot of people are paying attention to, probably partly because a lot of people can't buy it. They don't have access to it because they don't have those smaller exchanges that have listed it, and it's not on the larger ones. So both from that perspective and from what our models are seeing, I think some decent upside, especially in an alt season, is due for KAS. And unless some catastrophe happens like a recession or something like that, I would be surprised to see KAS not clear well off to all-time highs. So obviously this is not financial advice. You should make of these data as you will and make whatever decision you think makes best. But that's what I'm seeing when I look at the market and our models. If you like the content, remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and follow us over on X. A lot of updates about our models and more over there. And go to our website, claritydigital.io, to see live data from our models and more.